Guys, I wanted to pop in here and go over some things to get you ready for the week. I pray that's where your mind is at right now, is getting ready for the week, intentionally looking at the week ahead of you and planning where your time is going to go, and I'm not going to harp on that. I definitely have some talking tips here for you guys that I'm going to go over. I just got the kids down to sleep, and I wanted to go over some things that have kind of been on my mind, been on my heart, that I think will serve you no matter what season that you're in, whether you're just starting out or you've been, a coach for a little while and just now deciding to, or you've yo-yoed, you're in a yo-yo cycle, in and out, wherever you're at. I think these tips can serve you, and I want to take some time to share it with you. Hopefully, I'm going to give it just a second to let people pop on here, but hopefully you guys have been using these trackers. I mean, for me, they even were 7 years of doing this, these trackers have been gold, because I'll look at it and be like, oh my gosh, I didn't invite enough people to coaching this week. Or my big one, and I was self-evaluating, like right here, I didn't do enough recognition type stuff this week, and so it helped me pinpoint that, I don't feel I had a healthy, I did the best I could possibly do at Griffin's birthday party. Even though I passed on the cake and stuff, I did eat pizza that for me wasn't good. You know what I mean? So anyway, just self-evaluation. Hopefully you are taking this seriously. I really do, the bottom of my heart, feel that those people that follow the tracker and really consistently do that for a year, and will be ahead of everybody that doesn't. That's my honest opinion, and I think it's eye-opening to see spots that we're missing, and it's great for that, if you're a visual person, to see this self-evaluation right in front of yourself, and to look at your Facebook Live and be like, or your Facebook, and be like, man, I didn't do enough, fitness and nutrition posts. Can people even tell that I'm a coach or that, not that you're a coach, because like Shalene says, people need to be curious, but can they tell that you like fitness? You know what I mean? That you're working on yourself, that you believe in it, that you're setting the example. So, let me jump right into, yes, it is changing mine too, which is, I know that probably sounds crazy considering how long I've been doing it, but having that accountability right in front of me has been big. So, I have 5 things for you guys that I'm going to talk about tonight. Hopefully I don't take up a lot of time, but if I do, I don't know. If you're struggling, I would listen. If not, shut me off. So number 1, the first tip was stay accountable to your tracker. You know what I mean? And you're going to hear gunshots. I did not know. I had a firing range back there, but whatever. But the tracker, if it works for Melissa McAllister's team, and then Meg Wazinski's team uses it, and Janelle Summers, and the list goes on, why wouldn't it work for us? You know what I mean? Success leaves clues, and I really do believe the people that embrace it and stay accountable to it are going to be much further than the people that don't, that kind of bounce around all over the place. So that was number 1. I already talked about that. Number 2, you guys, is there's only 24 hours in the day, and Chad and I have been talking about this a lot. I get numerous messages from challengers, from coaches, wanting me to evaluate schedules. I had a challenger today that I was working with, and I told Chad, I'm very serious about this. There really is only 24 hours in a day. As much as I'd like to be able to, I can't make 25 pop up. I can't. What I have become good at, and this is what you have to ask yourself, and it's a very personal decision, is you have to become good at disciplining your 24 hours according to what you want your life to be full of. And that's a personal decision. Does that make sense? And you have to, so I was talking to Chad today about a challenger that I was talking to, and all the obstacles, and she was telling me, well, I have to talk to my mom on the phone, and I have to do this, and I have to do that. I'm not advocating that we don't talk to our mom on the phone, but every day, every day, we have workouts that are 22 minutes long. Do you know what I mean? And so how we organize our time, like something has to give. If you want something different, your schedule has to change in some form of fashion. What you do with your time, because what we're doing with our time now has got us where we are right now. And if we keep doing that with our time, we'll keep getting the same thing. Now, if you're okay with the same thing and you're okay with what that looks like 5-10 years down the road, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? And you can stand strong and say, no, this is where I prefer to spend my time. And I understand that my business won't grow if I don't make consistent time. Then that's okay. You know what I mean? Like there's no way, like I can't make you value the same things that I value, nor should you. You have to decide. Like Shalene taught me that 7 years ago. I had to decide and get on paper what I truly valued, right? And so, and I'm not advocating for this. This was not my strategy because I had 6 years to create the business that I wanted. And I wanted it, right? So that's probably something you have to ask yourself. Like, what do you want out of this? What do you want your life to look like? You know, once you decide what you want, you have to decide on the timeline. I had 6 years. Courtney Bell had 18 months. Does that make sense? So Courtney Bell's strategy, and not even strategy, same recipe, it was just like on steroids because she had a shorter amount of time to create it, right? So you have to look at what your vision is, what your mission, what your goal is, your financial, because this is a financial business, right? This is a business that has, you know, the ability to create an income that loosens the debt noose on your family's neck, or loosens the financial burden on your spouse. I've heard people tell me that. Or to create, you know, retreats. I've heard that for marriage retreats, or, you know, or to give back to those that struggle as single moms. Or I've heard all of these amazing visions, okay? But to create those visions, you know, whether it's, you know, allowing your spouse to quit his second job like Nan Brainerd did, or allowing you to go from, you know, 4 jobs to 1 job like Christy Vincent did, or if it's more like mine where you wanted your husband to be able to really step away from something and choose what he wanted to do, not based on what he had to do, but based on what he truly felt. I don't even say called, because that can get thrown around in all different directions, but what he truly was passionate about. You know what I mean? So whatever your vision is, you have to understand that this business can be the vehicle, but it has to make your calendar. It has to make your calendar. And so, you know, and people are always telling me, like, I know, like, these are excuses. No, and I don't even go that route. They're not excuses. They're just your priority. And as long as you're okay with it, I'm okay with it, right? I'm okay with it. If you said, no, these are my priorities, and I don't want to sacrifice sleep, or I don't want to sacrifice, you know, not being able to be, what are some things, not watching Bachelor, or I don't want to sacrifice a few nights a week with my husband to work the business. Like, you're making that conscious decision that you don't want to, right? And so the only response I can have back is then it won't grow the way. You have to change your expectations. Does that make sense? Like, so for me, when I was building it, I did, and I've told this, and I was talking to Jana about this, and she didn't want to do it, and I'm not offended. It's not my vision to fight for. All I can tell you guys is what I did to build it, which was I got up earlier. I disciplined my children. And this is something I was willing to do. They aren't, and still to this day, allowed out of that bedroom until 7 a.m. Period. Flipping. End of story. And that is something I was willing to lay outside my kids' doors while Chad was deployed, and see their feet hit the floor, and boom, bust in the door and be like, back in your bed right now. Obey mommy right now. You need your sleep. I need my sleep. Lay down. Period. And I would lay there for a half hour to sometimes until I disciplined my kids to stay in bed. But I was willing to do that. Does that make sense? I was willing to tell Chad that I'm working 2 to 3 nights a week. You can sit next to me. We can hold hands. You can watch a show. But I have a vision and I'm willing. I was willing to do that. I was willing to travel to get the skills because my desire to see my husband, I mean, we never saw each other, ever. It was that strong inside of me. Now, some of you guys, you don't have that it's not like pressing like it was for me. It's not pressing like it was for Courtney. And that is okay. That's okay. But like I've told my challengers and my coaches that are trying to build, that there really are only 24 hours in a day. Period. End of story. Talking to me, having me look at your schedule or talk. I can't make 25 appear. I can't make 25 appear. But all I can tell you is what I did. And I didn't make a ton of sacrifices. You know? I got up at 5. My kids woke up at 7. I had 2 hours to work and work out. Now the workouts were an hour long back then. So I had 2 hours. They were not allowed out of that room. And when they came out of that room, which had happened, I did not get mad. I walked them back upstairs right to their room. Said, good night. It's not 7 o'clock. Your clock doesn't have its sun on it yet. Go back to sleep. Do not come out again. Do you see? I'm willing to discipline them. And they're up in bed right now. I have an 11-year-old, a 7, almost 8-year-old, and a 4, almost 5-year-old, and they're in bed. They're in their room. Griffin doesn't have to sleep. He can read quietly. But it's quiet time. You need your rest. I need my rest. We all function better. And they know I feel that way. So I was willing to make those sacrifices. So this is still my second tip. But you have to decide for your workouts, you know, for your fitness, for where you want to be, your vision, for how you want to feel in your body, like financially where you want to be. You have to decide what you're willing to sacrifice for that. And that was my conversation with a challenger today. I said, I can't change your work schedule. I can't change the things that you've told me. But I can tell you that if you want something different, if you want something to change, you're going to have to at least squeeze in 22 minutes of a workout. And I think it can happen at this time. But if you're not willing to sacrifice the phone call with mom 7 days a week, if you're not willing to sacrifice on Saturdays washing your hair before you go out with your friends, I can't help you. And that is my same message for you guys. I cannot help you if you're not willing to go live on Facebook. It is where Facebook is now. Lives get seen more. It boosts your affinity. It wasn't like that 7 years ago, but I can't change Facebook world. So if you're not willing to go live, I can't help you. And if you're not willing to carve out time to work this business, to follow this tracker and to be consistent with it, I can't help you. I can't. Somewhere, whether you have to sacrifice sleep or you have to sacrifice a lunchtime in the middle of the day, like instead of sitting with your friends, or you have to sacrifice a show, or you, for a season, your kids can only play one sport instead of the 5 that you might have them in. I can't help you because there's only 24 hours in a day, period. So that's my one tip. My second tip really was look at your schedule. Where are you personally willing to sacrifice? What is important to you right now? Okay, for Griffin's birthday party, I bought the pizza, I bought the damn cake, I bought the damn cookies, and I bought all the snacks. Remember how I used to say just buy the damn cupcakes? 10 years ago, when I did Griffin's first birthday party, I made all the cupcakes. They looked like little high state helmets. I made all the decorations. I did all these invitations that went out that were, graphically designed, and I made sure they got out to everybody. It was so ego-filled. Why? You know what I mean? And 11 years later, the same Ohio State theme, I bought everything. I wasn't stressed. I got my invites in. I signed up a new coach. I ran around and played Nerf tag with the kids, and we had balloon fights, and the cake tasted just as good. They were just as happy. So I'm saying, so look at your schedule and look at what you're willing to sacrifice. It's the same for nutrition. When people say that Shakeology is too expensive, it's not that they don't have the money, it's that it's not a priority right now. Because I lived in the red, I know what it looks like to shift your finances around, to take back control over your body. I know what it looks like. We lived on a second lieutenant's income, which is like $34,000 a year. And I didn't have a job. You know what I mean? I was a struggling personal trainer that really didn't make any money, like $200 a month, you know, and so, or group fitness. And so, you guys, when it comes to, yeah, whoa, really? You used to live on 34,000. When we had Griffin, we were so broke that we qualified for WIC. Right? So, we had to look at where all of our money was going. We canceled cable. We downgraded our phone plan. All kinds of things we did to make room for Shakeology in the budget. Right? And so it's not, and it's fine if you're not willing to sacrifice if your coaches or your challengers aren't willing to sacrifice the latte that they stop for, or the new clothes that they always have to have, or the car that they have to have, or whatever, to get comfortable in their skin. There's nothing you can do but love them where they're at. And that's all, I can do for my challengers and my coaches. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to love you right where you're at. When you want to rearrange your schedule and let some things go for a season, then the recipe can fit into your day and it will grow. But it has to, which brings me to number 2. You have to build trust with your coaches, with your team, with the people following you, with your challengers. That is a must. And trust comes from 2 places. It comes from consistency. It's getting dark out here. It comes from consistency in all areas. Okay? Consistency showing up on social media. Consistency in your Facebook lives. You know what I mean? So they can see your personality. You know what I mean? They can feel your passion. It comes through in a Facebook Live. We are so blessed that they brought in Facebook Live. We are at the best possible place we could be from a business perspective, for us to be able to build trust when trust is at its lowest, to be able to use Facebook Live. And it should be used frequently if you're serious. If you're like, man, I want to make 1,000, 2,000, 3, 4, 6 with this business. It is possible. But you have to go live 2, 3, 4 times a week to connect. Trust is low in this country. Okay? Do I feel without Facebook Live you can make a couple $100 a month for? Yes! And if that's your vision, fine. It's cool. Just tell me that. And I'm like, oh, we good then. Keep inviting. People will shift down the funnel. Stay consistent in your workout. Stay consistent with your social media posts. But if you want more than that, I cannot help you. If you're not willing to go live because of where we're at as a country and where Facebook is at with people seeing your posts, I cannot help you. So we have to be consistent. We have to go live. If you want that level, block me out. If you're like, you know what, Summer, no, I'm good with 2, 3, 4. I was good with $200, $300, $400 initially. If that's where, awesome. Post consistently, be a product of the product, like really follow the plan, show results. You don't have to show a 6-pack, but show results. Stay here longer than 30 days consistently, like a year, like I talked about on the webinar. But don't worry about the Facebook Live. But if you're frustrated with why your business isn't growing, and you're like, man, I have this vision to have this retreat, or do this so I don't have to go to the workforce, or if I want to pay off $100,000, you gotta go live. And I can say it till I'm blue in the face, but stop getting ready to get ready. That's another point of mine. But the other way to build trust is to give people things for free. I said it, to give people things for free. That's why freemiums are so awesome. I mean, business has been going this direction and going this direction and going this direction. Trust is so low. And our society is so stuck in, I want something for free. Do you know what I'm saying? Hold on. I got no light. Life is, Americans have gotten to that place. It's going to get dark for a second. Hold up with me. That's where we're at with our, hold on, just give me a second. Boom, hello. Okay, that's where Americans are at, microwave mentality. So to build trust, we need to do that, okay? And so that's where the free groups come in. But have fun with your free groups. What are you excited about right now? See, I love designing workouts. So we did buns and guns. And I love to design a short little, it's my background. Every chance, heck, at Summit, we were doing a workout before training started. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love it. Every event that I go to, I always put together a workout. It fires me up. What fires you up? What are you working through? Are you working through budgeting for financial? Have you paid off, $40,000 worth of debt? Are you working through, raising teenagers? Like, what is it? Like, are you working through repairing a marriage? Run things around that you can get creative, that ignites your fire again. But that free is going to give them a chance to get to know you, right? They're going to get to know that, wow, she isn't just in it for herself. When you quit in 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, everybody gets to say, see, told you. Because because we didn't pad her pocketbook fast enough, she didn't really believe in it. She didn't really believe in it. We tell people how excited we are that we're a Beachbody coach. So excited, it's done so much to my life, I want to pay it forward. 30 days later, we're gone. BS. You weren't excited about it. You didn't want to pay it forward, or you'd still be here, right? That's what they will say, right? So build trust. So far we have use your tracker. You only have 24 hours in a day, period, end of story. Talking to me, having me look at things. I can't make 25. You have to cut something out of your life to make more time. And if you're not willing to do sleep, and I'm not saying I'm an advocate for that necessarily, because you don't want to be burnt out, but something has to go. Something has to go, right? Build trust is number 3 through consistency, through being here, through thick and thin, through the ups and downs, by giving people a free group to funnel in with you and get to know you and to get some results and to have some small victories. Number 4, stop getting ready to get ready. I was just texting with Crystal Schaefer, and yeah, I'm going to call her out. I'm going to call her out in here. I was texting with her, Chad texted her and said, so what's your schedule for your Facebook Lives? And she's like, I'm getting ready. I have a 7-day, I'm going to just get a 7-day plan together. And I text her back, stop planning and start doing something around those lines. That is, stop getting ready to get ready on everything. Stop wanting to know how to invite, and stop wanting to know, for God's sake, stop trying to understand the comp plan all the time. You know what I mean? Like learn it as you go. I'm still learning the comp plan. You know what I mean? Like, I understand it. Like, I really started to understand it 3 years ago. I've been a coach for 7 years. And by the time I really understood, I hit elite before I even knew what elite meant. I don't know. Someone texted me and said, hey, congratulations. I was like, for what? They're like, you hit elite. I'm like, what's that mean? Like, that sounds good. I remember where I was sitting in Newborn, North Carolina, eating with Chad before he deployed. Or he went away on a 3-week thing. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, stop trying to understand everything. Listen, and this takes me to number 5. And I labeled it off your coffee, but hold on a second. I will never forget, and I'm going to pay this forward to you. I'll never forget Craig Holliday saying this on a training I was listening to. I didn't get to ask him any questions. I didn't get to ask him. I never have. Anybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just listening for personal development. He worked closely with Beachbody, and he said this: you can give the best presentation, the best, the most, boom, nailed it. Really, I wrapped it into their needs, and I understand the comp plan, and I laid it out how they can make money. You could just lay it out, and my heart was in it, and I was passionate about it. You can give the best presentation to a person that's not ready, and they won't sign up. They won't sign up. You could give the worst presentation. You could fumble through the presentation. You could mess up the comp plan. You can mess up how much it costs. You can mess up all kinds of things. And you give it to someone that is hungry for change, that is like, enough is enough, and they'll sign up because they're hungry. The person that you gave the best presentation to that didn't sign up, they're not, you have to understand stages of change. They're not in a stage of change to actually do anything. Some of your current coaches aren't in the actual stage of change to do anything. And you're beating your head, you're like, damn, like, wow, I'm giving them all my best, everything. I'm just, like, maybe this is me talking to myself. You know what I mean? Giving everything, like, I'm giving, like, I show up to the webinars, like, I'm doing the workouts, like, you know, I'm giving them the recipe, like, and they're not doing anything. They're not in the stage of change to actually take action. It doesn't have a lot to do with you other than showing up. Like, I mean, if you don't show up, I mean, no, that's not true. Like, you could not show up and you're going to get a rock star coach that'll show up anyway. Look at Kimberly Wilcox. Her coach never showed up. And Kimberly Wilcox freaking rocks. Right? Kimberly was in a stage of change. Like, man, I'm going to rock this sucker. You know, I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care what my coach is doing. I don't care what my upline's doing. I don't care if I'm on the inside leg. I don't care if no one adds to Kimberly. You know what I mean? Nobody. She's rocking it, man. Like, you see what I'm saying? You could give, and all of us, we sit here and we, like, beat ourselves up, like, over and over and over. What's wrong with me? Oh, why is everybody quitting? Like, you know what I mean? Like, no one's staying with me because it's not you. You're not in the stage of change that they need to be in to actually do something different that changes their life. They're actually more willing to stay uncomfortable than to push play. They're more willing to cry in their closet still. They're not willing. They're still looking for the magic pill. Some of your coaches they're not willing to go live because they're not willing to fight. So stop beating yourself up. There's nothing you can say. No many times you can check on them. You can't collect enough of these trackers to get them to do it. There's nothing you can do. They're not in the stage of change. There's sometimes, I'll never forget, Janelle Summers said, some people tell you what they think you want to hear because they have a big fear of rejection. So they want to be a part. No, it was Danny Johnson, maybe. Anyway, they want to be a part of it. They're going to tell you, like, yes, I want to bring my husband home. Yes, I want to pay off all this debt. But their actions don't line up with it. Then they don't. And you don't have to be mad. You don't have to be offended. Right? They're not there yet. They're just not there yet, you know, and we have got to stop beating ourselves up and allowing it to cause us to stop offering our coffee that can change people's lives. And that is what is happening on this team. We're looking at challengers that aren't sticking with us, right? Which I just had a coach quit, yesterday. I just had a coach quit yesterday, fairly new. I helped her. Okay, now listen, like, I went over and above because I have fear of rejection. Let's just be honest. I'm getting it out right now. So I helped her write invites. Like, she had my number to text me. You know what I mean? Like, I was walking her through, helping me with the free challenge that starts tomorrow. She was like, yes, I'll take that day. I was helping her with her social media. I was evaluating. It was starting to look good. Sent me a message. She's prayed for 2 days. God doesn't want her to run the business anymore. Oh, anyway, I can't even say that with a straight face. Anyway, did you see what I'm saying? Like, I did everything. We did one-on-one calls. I gave the best presentation to this new coach. She coached like 4 months, right? And then within 2 days, God doesn't want her to do it anymore. I could get mad. I could get offended. Like, I spent a lot of time, like, you know what I mean? Like, answering her text messages and helping her write these invites. And she's supposed to, like, who's going to cover her day now in the group? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, she's on a cup team. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, well, there goes that. I mean, like, we're down a player. Do you see what I'm saying? I could, or it just, like, and I could be like, man, I'm going to stop offering it. Like, that sucks. That's a sucky feeling. Or I could say, like, no, I'm still going to offer my coffee. Some of us have stopped offering our coffee because a coach quit, and you think you're the only one that has coaches quit. I just had a coach quit. Did you know my 2016 and 2017 coaches rarely hit Success Club? Did you know that? So should I quit? Should I throw in the towel? Should I say my leadership? So, you know what? I should just do another business because no one's, my coaches aren't listening to me, right? None of them are inviting. Like they're not following the tracker. Should I? I haven't had one person advance diamond this year. I must suck as a leader. That sounds ridiculous. Should I quit? Should I hang up my Beachbody shoes and be like, you know what? Screw it. Or should I keep offering my coffee? Should I keep delivering this presentation to somebody and keep praying that he'll put somebody in front of me that actually wants to change something? Right? That wants to, regardless of the obstacles in their way, the scheduling obstacles, that they're so hungry that even if I give them the worst presentation, even if I'm not available 24/7, even if I don't show up everywhere, that they still run with it because they're so hungry that they'll look it up themselves. They'll plug into the team. You know what I mean? They'll show up. They'll find a way. They'll rearrange their schedule to make that time to offer the coffee because there's people out there that need it. That's what I'm doing. Instead of crying over this one person that I gave all my time to. You see what I'm saying? Like, we have got to stop allowing other people's actions to make us question our impact and influence on other people's lives. Because that person that decided to step away, maybe she really feels that. And who am I to get upset about that? You know, it was kind of nasty. Hey, did you know, like, you can send someone a nasty message and put a smiley face on the end of it and they think it makes it okay, right? So that's what it kind of was. And it was like, pretty much like, don't pull your BS on me and try to talk me out of this, smiley face. Like, okay, like that. Ugh, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna talk her out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it isn't the right time for her. Maybe it's not where God wants her. She's not in the stage of change. People struggle financially, and they still insist on eating out. People struggle with their health. They're on high blood pressure medicine, or they're down that road of type 2 diabetes, you know, and I can give the best presentation. I can make them a 7-day, test for them. And if they're not in that place where enough is enough, that they want to make a change, if I have coaches that aren't in a place where enough is enough, where they actually want to go live on Facebook, I can't push the go live button. You know what I mean? I can't do it. I can't make them talk. So until they're in that place where they're like, damn it, I am done. I do want to reach more people. I do want to build a business that loosens the debt noose or whatever. They have to come to that stage of change. The only difference is I still got to be here with an open heart, with a forgiving heart, with grace, because Lord knows I need grace. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, I still got to be here saying like, all right, yes, you're ready. Let's do this. Not like, about time. No, right? But it doesn't mean I stop offering my coffee just because some people aren't ready. But that is the feedback I'm getting from coaches, that our self-esteem, our self-confidence is so low as human beings that when someone says no or someone quits, we actually internalize it and then make us question our mission to pay off the debt that we should not have, or to repair a marriage that is supposed to create unity in the household, or to work on our body so that we can have the energy to be famous at home and in heaven. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we cannot allow what everybody else is doing and where they're at in their stage of change for us to abandon our mission. We just can't. And so those are my tips as you go into this week. I'm going to review them one more time. I'm not going to go through in depth. I'm just going to say them. Number one is this tracker. Bind them up, paper clip them, something. 46. We're down to 46. Last week was 47, right? Now we got 46 weeks till the next summit. Fill them up so that you can show it to me and be like, dude, look at this, man. I did my part. Okay? Number two, there's only 24 hours in a day. You're going to have to look at your schedule. You're going to have to decide what goes and what stays for a season. I might do personal training again. Chad and I have talked about opening a gym. We're in a different season of our life. But for a season 7 years ago, no. I was willing to give it up. And there might be something that you need to. If you're going to pay off the debt, if you're going to build what you say you're going to build, or whatever you're trying to do, whatever you signed up, whatever excited you, whether it was for a purpose, to be a part of the community, if that's why you signed up, well, damn it, get a part of the community. Get in here. Like, surround yourself. We're not going to chase you down. Right? You gotta insert yourself in. You gotta reap what you sow, add value, love on, encourage. That's how you get a part of the community. You gotta show up every day. So track. There's only 24 hours in a day. Build trust. Gotta be consistent. Okay? Four, quit getting ready to get ready. Fail forward. Learn from it. Right? Stay surrounded. Keep learning. Go live. Number 5, offer your coffee. Every day, man, there's people that need it. 2/3 of all Americans are overweight or obese. 2/3. I forget what year they said, but by, what year was that, Chad? 1 in 3 Americans will have type 2 diabetes. 2025. And we have a solution, right? Now, they might not be in the stage of change, but you have to be inside the vehicle for them to get into it when they're in the stage of change, right? You have to be out there educating. You have to be out there loving people. You have to be out there leading by example, showing people that it's worth it, right? Offer your coffee, and it could be the best presentation to the wrong person. You could nail a presentation and be the wrong person. They're not going to sign up. You could totally screw up the presentation to a person that is hungry and ready for change, wanting to do something different. I was ready 16 months after I started this business. I had to hit a low. I had to let myself go to that point where I was lonely. I missed my husband. I missed having a partner. And I was tired of being broke. All the time. I was tired of that anxiety. I was done. I hit that point. And I didn't need anybody to hold my hand. I didn't need anybody to look at my schedule. I didn't need anybody to look up answers for me. I didn't need anybody to write my invites. I just stopped getting ready to get ready and tried. But I was hungry. I was done. It won't. Nothing changes until we get to that point where I say, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done waiting on, I'm done. Nothing's going to change unless I change. And I said it to myself 7 years ago. So, go offer your coffee. Or, go offer your shake. Go offer your coffee. People need it. People are dying. People are dying on the inside, on the outside, financially, in their marriage, in their relationships. They are dying. They are numb inside. Go offer your coffee. And when they don't want it, don't take offense. Your coffee rocks. You have to believe that. Freaking rocks. Go change the world. Sounds crazy, but you know what? Every time I look at Kessa, I think about her mom said, you're going to change the world. Damn right she is. As long as she keeps offering her coffee. As long as she keeps offering a solution. As long as she's still here doing things and trying and learning and stepping forward and inviting people and moving forward when people quit. Because guess what? People are quit. Not everybody can go forward. Not everybody can go with you. Go offer your coffee, because you know what? I'll be damned if on my watch, anybody in my circle, my influential circle, is going to be part of those 1 in 3. I have a solution. It's not my job to decide whether they're going to take a hold of it. My only job is to offer the coffee, and that's the same as you. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good week. Bye, guys.